Hi UCLA team. The last thing we're going to walk through is the troubleshooting of this device should it experience connectivity issues. And because it is really a plug and play device, there's not a lot that can go wrong with it. So taking a look, we've got our device, it's loaded with ComServer that's been updated, and we've also downloaded our merchant profile. We're disconnecting now the RS-232. I'm going to set that off to the side. Let's imagine this device is now out in the field and a merchant calls and says, I'm getting an error that says connect failed. And what that means is that the connection between the device itself and the server is somehow severed. Again, because this is a cellular device, there's really only one place this can go wrong, and it is the IP lease back through T-Mobile to the application server. Because again, you've whitelisted and cleared that static IP from T-Mobile ahead of time. We've tested the device. This is a device that's been out and active in the merchant community. We know that's really the only thing that can go wrong. So in order to renew that IP lease, you'll go ahead and press any key and then press F2 to enter in a ComServer. Again, operating out of Carmine's office, and in much the same way, some merchants may have signal difficulties. This is a good example where you'll want to check signal strength, signified by the 4 bars. And then as well, if the antenna tower is toppled over, or you have under the IP settings an incorrect IP or all zeros, meaning the IP lease isn't present, we'll need to repair that IP lease. So pressing the red X will back out. And under the tools option, so pressing the purple key directly underneath the hammer and the wrench, we now have the ability to repair. And pressing F4 will sever and then attempt to reestablish the IP lease of the original SIM card. This should pull down the static IP issued to that SIM. Upon successful completion, the terminal will come back and show on the main screen repair successful or repair failed. It will also tell you if the signal strength is too weak. If the signal strength is too weak, move to an area where there is better signal quality and attempt to reestablish that connection. If for whatever reason the terminal is unable to get a connection at all, it will give connection repair failed, start failed 0. Upon this failure code, press the red X, press the red X again, and go out and check and see now we have, again, a toppled over antenna. Take it to an area where we have better signal quality and attempt to reestablish that connection. As you can see for reference, our static IPs should now be zeroed out. And of course they aren't. Going back under, as you can see, I've moved it just slightly, but we have now 2 bars versus 1. When you go ahead and press the tools and then F4 for repair, the terminal will now attempt to repair that static IP lease versus the T-Mobile B2B network. On successful completion, it will tell you that the repair process was successful and to press any key. Once you see this screen, you can go ahead and press any key, and the terminal will now be pulling the correct IP lease. You can double check this again by going under the I in the diamond, and the terminal will now be showing the correct IP coming from the T-Mobile network. One thing to note, as you can see at the top, it does say DHCP enabled. The terminal is pulling any old address that it can have access to. The static portion and the assignment is controlled by the T-Mobile network, not by the device. So DHCP at the top does not mean that this address is a DHCP or dynamic address. It is in fact static as long as this matches the static IP that was assigned from T-Mobile. Once the VCS GPRS IP lease has been reestablished, you can go ahead and hit the star or asterisk key here, and it will return you to the main menu.